posture. This is one of my favourite lessons that I give. It's so easy. Okay, so it's really important to give yourself the correct room in your body to sing. And how do you do that? Really easy. You pretend you're the queen. So imagine now that you're the queen, and once again, I want you to loosen up your body. Oh, nice and loose, the shoulders, the head, the hips and the legs. So if I can get you now to pause the video, loosen up that body and come back to me. Okay, so posture, some really quick tips on how to get it. The first way is to act like the queen. So if you were the queen, the first thing you do is your shoulders would come back as opposed to forward. Your shoulders would come back and you'd wave your hand. And what you would do is you would wander around and you wouldn't move your back, but you'd wave. So I want you to walk around the room pretending you're the queen. What do you actually notice about your posture when you're doing this? Do you notice that your rib cage is up? And yes, your boobs do get to become more prominent. So if you're a large-breasted lady, I'm sorry, but you are going to see a lot more of your breasts. When you're singing, it's the correct posture. A couple of issues that some of you may have, that is, you may have back issues. Please don't go beyond your own capability. So if you have a problem with your back and you specifically have to stand or sit in a certain way, then that's fine. Perhaps the biggest thing or the biggest issue you need to work on is just keeping those shoulders relaxed and down. So we've acted like the queen. The next one is standing with your back, your bottom, the back's heel, legs and your head against a wall and your shoulders, and then stepping away and walking around the room. That is the posture that I want for singing. So I'd like you to try those two exercises. Ultimately, the quick and easiest way to remember your posture is put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Whenever you think, I'd like you to do a posture check in the middle of a song, put your hands behind your back. Your shoulders, you've checked. Your sternum needs to be raised. This is your sternum here. Your sternum needs to be raised. You've evenly distributed your weight. You're not balancing on one leg or the other. Your feet are shoulder width apart. Your tummy is relaxed. Sternum is raised. Shoulders are down. There's a new phenomenon called text head, where people's heads are actually slightly forward and down. And that's from reading the phone, as you can see. So I just want you to check that's not you, and the way to do it is to wander around for a little while, hopefully in the right posture, and then go and stand up against the back of the wall and see whether you had to actually push your head back a little bit or whether it was already there. I'm assuming that it is the younger generation that have this issue, but you never know. The other issue people have is pelvis tilt. That is that you've pushed your pelvis forward and you walk around, and this might have been because you've been pregnant and it automatically happens. So I want you to check that your pelvis is straight. Ultimately, what I do each time before I sing is I do what's called a body check, and I do this with my choir as well. Feet shoulder length apart, weight evenly distributed, hips facing forward, tummy relaxed, sternum raised, shoulders down, head back slightly, not head up, head forward. Every now and again it's a really good idea to do a posture check in the mirror. That way you can do this in your own time, in the privacy in your own home, and still be making the correct adjustments. And then you bring your breath support into it. So now your posture's correct and your sternum is raised. And I'd like you to do those exercises we did in the previous video. Thanks, guys.